It's Week 7 of the National Football League.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, sixth-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
That's to the former Cardinal and Raven. It's Hollywood Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 59 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. Only able to gain a couple there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And his kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. The visitors' offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. You look at this Niner defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The Niners offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short, 4th down.
Their bread and butter is their passing game. After that last play, maybe they need to go back to that passing game.
Well, what's been good for them along the way is they understand their identity. They are a passing team, but they do like to mix in the run every now and then just to keep people off balance. Didn't work very well on that one, but all in all, I like their philosophy.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 9 yards on the first down keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Able to power through. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Minshew. That's into the hands of Worthy. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Minshew sets to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Noah Gray, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
At the 34-yard line.
2nd and 1. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll look to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete. The Niners at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They'll drop to throw.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers are able to move back in front.
And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is now 10-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll go down at the 28. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun is Minshew.
And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
2nd and 3 from the 9.
Hunt will try going up the middle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49ers offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air. So now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's complete left side to Gray.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw again.
Looking for Gray and finding him once again.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these 2 have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll look to throw again. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down. The slot man in motion right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the 49ers have moved out in front. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The end result, 21 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Looking to throw it, Minshew.
Out quickly here to Worthy. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
He'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It'll be Minshew again. That'll be caught by Rice. And that's good for a gain of 6, and now it's 3rd and 3. Now Minshew.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
You'd hate to come all this way on a sustained drive like this and then have to settle for a field goal. So what a nice pickup on 3rd down. And now they're set up with 1st and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Minshew sets to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him. That is caught by Rice for a Chiefs touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. (17-17) the score, all even to this point as the kick's away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Oh, boy, Christian McCaffrey shaken up, so hold everything here as they're going to take a look at him.
2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts?
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Gardner Minshew getting set to go to work once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Rams with the strong first half who have a good lead at halftime. 2 touchdowns in that ball game for Kyren Williams. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Chuba Hubbard with both of their touchdowns thus far as he scored twice on the ground. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And things didn't work out for him as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, excellent in the victory as his guys run their mark to...
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They're going to look to throw.
That is caught. He's across midfield. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well, 49 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance. And this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary. And that's a job well done there.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 27. James.
He'll take it inside the 25. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Lost the football.
But it looks like one of the...
Taking it right down Broadway. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Butker now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On on the ground. It's James. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
I met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw here.
Finding Gray on the out route.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Johnson goes in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
So a frustrating result. It's a 10-play drive, but it yields nothing on the scoreboard.
And to get off the field there without giving up points, that's a big win defensively.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Here's Minshew.
Swings this out for Hunt.
So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun is Minshew.
Able to find Gray here.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
The Niners offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
But that was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll find Farrell open left side. And he goes out right around the 39. Now 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They run it with James. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gray. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now back to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Minshew sets to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. But he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Here's James. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Minshew. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Chiefs.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
They'll set up to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Off play action, it's Minshew. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up fourth down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept them short of the marker. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will stay a 4-point game. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. And this pass caught by Gray. And he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On first down, it's James. And just not a whole lot here to be had on the ground. Maybe a yard. 2nd down. They work now on 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. A give running left now, Garindo. And he's got it down to the 28.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6. Connects with Kittle underneath. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll be brought down just outside the red zone. Mark him at the 21. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Up the middle they go. James. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
That throw right side here going to be incomplete. And the man in coverage was Trent McDuffie.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This will be caught. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second and 7. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Niners down by 4, 1:45 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. He's back to throw.
Looking for Gray, and he's got him.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Here comes second down at 5.
Gets this one to Juszczyk. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
To the sideline and incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
They'll come up now on second down.
Back to throw.
Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle.
That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
No timeouts remain. 8 seconds on the clock.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
This ball intercepted. Down the sideline he goes.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Chiefs, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.